All right, let's talk about something you've probably stared at in the grocery store 100 times. You're in that aisle, and there it is, the classic peanut butter right next to the almond butter. Which one do you grab? That's what we're breaking down today. And really, the big question for a lot of us is, which one is actually better for your waistline? You've got the old school favorite versus what everyone calls the healthy choice. We're gonna get to the bottom of it and see which one really helps with those health and weight goals. So yeah, think of this as a head-to-head matchup. In one corner, you've got the classic favorite, good old peanut butter, and in the other, the healthy challenger, almond butter. It's time to settle the score once and for all. Okay, before we get into the weeds, let's just say this up front. Both of these are pretty great options, but they are different, and those differences actually start at the source. Did you know peanuts are technically legumes, not nuts? And almonds, well, they're tree nuts. That little biological detail, it leads to some pretty big differences in what's inside the jar and, on the price tag. So let's see what that actually means for you. All right, let's get into the nitty-gritty. We're gonna break this down round by round, looking at everything from protein to vitamins to see which one really packs the most nutritional punch. Okay, round one, the protein punch. Now, protein is huge, right? It helps build muscle, keeps you feeling full. Both of these are fantastic plant-based sources. But if we're picking a winner, peanut butter just squeaks by. It's got about 7 to 8 grams per serving. Almond butter is right on its heels with a solid 6 to 7 grams, so a super close one, but round one goes to peanut butter. All right, on to round two, and we're talking fiber. Now, why should you care about fiber? Well, it's a huge deal for your digestion, and spoiler alert, it's super important for feeling full. And guess what? In this round, the tables have turned. Almond butter is the clear winner here, with more fiber, and trust me, that's a point we're definitely gonna circle back to. Okay, round three, and this is where one of them really starts to pull away. When we look at vitamins and minerals, almond butter is an absolute powerhouse. Get this, it has 3 times more vitamin E, that's a major antioxidant, and twice the iron. Plus, it's packed with more of those good, heart-healthy monounsaturated fats. We're not talking about a small difference here. This is a huge nutritional win for almond butter. And if you want to see the biggest gap, look no further. We're talking 7 times more calcium in almond butter. That is just wow. So why the massive difference? It all goes back to that tree nut versus legume thing we mentioned. Almonds are just naturally loaded with calcium, which is obviously super important for your bones. This is easily the most dramatic difference between them. But okay, what about the two things everyone gets a little nervous about, calories and sugar? Well, surprise. On this one, it's pretty much a tie. They're both pretty calorie dense, about the same per serving. And in their natural state, they're both low in sugar. Now here's the catch, and it's a big one. You have to read the label. So many brands sneak in a ton of added sugar. If you want a fair fight, you've got to stick with the natural, just nuts and salt kind of stuff. So we've looked at all the stats, the protein, the vitamins, but now it's time to answer the question we started with. Which one is actually better for weight loss? So when it all comes down to it, which jars should you reach for when managing your weight is the main goal? Let's lock in an answer. And the answer really hinges on one key idea, satiety. It sounds kind of scientific, but it's simple. Satiety is just that feeling of being full and satisfied after you eat. And the more satiety a food gives you, well, the less likely you are to grab another snack 30 minutes later. And this is where almond butter's secret weapon comes out. Remember how we said it won the fiber round? Well, that's the key. That extra fiber is exactly what helps you feel fuller for longer. So because of that, almond butter gets a slight edge if your main goal is weight management. But hang on a second. It's not always just about weight loss, right? The best choice really truly depends on your personal goals. So let's figure out how you can pick your own champion. So here it is, the final tale of the tape. Let's sum it up. Peanut butter takes the prize for protein and, let's be real, for cost, which is a huge factor for a lot of us. Almond butter, on the other hand, just crushes it on vitamins, minerals, and fiber. This little chart right here, this is your cheat sheet for the grocery store. So let's make this super simple. You should choose peanut butter if your number one goal is getting the most protein possible, or if you're working with a tighter budget. It's the classic protein-packed, wallet-friendly option. Can't go wrong. Now, you should probably choose almond butter if you're really focusing on weight loss, or if you just want to load up on all those extra vitamins, minerals, and healthy fats. Think of it as the nutrient-dense choice for that all-around wellness boost. But after breaking all this down, maybe we're asking the wrong question. Does it really have to be one versus the other? Honestly, the real winner might just be variety. Why not have both in your pantry? That way you get the best of both worlds, the protein punch from peanut butter on Monday and all those extra minerals from almond butter on Wednesday. So maybe the question isn't which one is better, but which one is better for me today?